Now let's have a look at averages. There are three kinds of average that you need to be familiar with. They are the mode, the median, and the mean. The mode is the one that occurs most frequently. It's the most common one. And that's the only one that you can use if you're working with qualitative data. The median, if you line up all your values in either ascending or descending order, then the median is the middle one. And you use half n plus 1 to find its location. So if you have 9 data items in your set, then you do 9 plus 1 gives you 10. Half of that is 5. So the fifth item is the median. Not number 5, but the fifth item in your list. The location, not the value. If the location falls between two values, as it will if you've got an even number of values in your data set, then you take the mean of those two values. If you've got a big data set, more than about 40 or so items, you can just use half of n to find the location of the median. Again, remember, it's the location, not the value of the median that this is giving you. The mean is the average that you find by adding up all the data and dividing by how many you've got. So here's an example with this data set here: 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 9, and 10. So first of all, the mode is the one that occurs most frequently. We've got 3 6s, 2 7s, 2 9s. There are more 6s than anything else, so 6 is the mode for this data set. The median is the middle one. They're conveniently already in order. We've got 11 data items in the set. So we do 11 plus 1 and halve it, which gives us 6. So our median is our sixth data item. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's that first 7. So the median is 7. The mean, we add them all up, 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6, etc., gives us 77. The total frequency, or the total number of items, n, is 11. So the mean is going to be 77 divided by 11, which is 7. Now your turn. This time they're not all in order to start with, so sort them into order first. Pause the video, find the mode, median, and mean of this data set, and then press play again when you're ready to go through the answers. Okay, answers. The mode, well, this data is actually what we call bimodal. It has two modes. There are 2 3s and 2 7s. So we can say that the modes are 3 and 7, or we can say that there is no mode because there's no individual single mode. For the median, if we've got them in order, there are 8 items. So we do 8 plus 1 and halve it. That gives us 4.5. So we need the 4.5 item. So midway between the 4th and the 5th. Now, if you've got them in order, it goes 1, 3, 3, 5, 6. So your 4th item is the 5 and your 5th item is the 6. So we need to take the mean of 5 and 6. 5 plus 6 is 11. Divide it by 2 and you get 5.5. And for the mean, we add them all up and divide by 8. And the answer is 5.25 in this case. Now let's move on and look at finding averages from a frequency table. Now this is the same data as in the previous example, but this time it's in the form of a frequency table. So we've got 1 4, we've got 1 5, 3 6s, 2 7s, and so on. So to find the mode, we just look for the one that's got the biggest frequency. for the one that's got the highest frequency is the 6. For the median, we need to use a cumulative frequency column. First of all, we know that there are 11 items altogether. So the location of the median is going to be 11 plus 1 divided by 2 is 6. So the 6th data item. If we were to write all those out as a list, we'd have 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, and so on, same as we had on the previous slide. But with a frequency table, the way you do it is you fill in a cumulative frequency column with a running total of the frequency so far. So up to the end of this group, we've got 1. Up to the end of the 5s, we've got 1, 4 and 1, 5, giving us 2. Up to the end of this group, we've got the 2 that we already had, plus another 3, giving us 5. 5 plus another 2 gives us 7, and so on. And the number at the end of this column always has to match the total of all the frequencies. If it doesn't, you know you've made a mistake. So our 5th data item is the last of the 6s, and our 6th and 7th data items are both 7s. The 6th data item is a 7, so the median is 7. And then we've got the mean. So for the mean, you need to work out the total of all the data values and add them together. You do not just add up these numbers here, because we've got 3 of this one and 2 of this one and 2 of this one. So to start with, we've got 1, 4. 1 times 4 is 4. 1, 5. And 3 6s. So that gives us 4, that gives us 5, that gives us 3 lots of 6, which is 18. Now you pause the video, fill in the rest on your table, add them up, and then press play again. So the rest of your table should go like this. And if we add up the 4 and the 5 and the 18 and the 14 and so on, we end up with a total of 77. Of course, it's the same example we had before. Remember, the mean is the total of all the data values divided by how many data values you've got. So that's 77 divided by 11, same as before because it's the same data as before, which of course gives us 7. Now here's one for you to have a go with. Find the mode, median and mean of the data in this frequency table, which shows the ages of children in a drama club. So we've got 3 8-year-olds, 5 9-year-olds, 4 10-year-olds, and so on. Pause the video, work out your answers, and press play when you're ready to go through them. And the answers. For the mode, the one with the highest frequency is 12-year-olds. So the mode is 12. For the median, we need to do that cumulative frequency column again. But first, we've got 39 data items here. So the location of the median is going to be 39 plus 1 over 2, which is the 20th data item. So we fill in our cumulative frequency. We've got 3 up to the end of here, add another 5 gives us 8 here, add another 4 gives us 12, and so on. And the numbers at the bottom match. And we need our 20th data item. Well, the 19th is the last of the 11s, and the 20th is the first of the 12s. So the median is 12. Now, in fact, we've got quite a big data set here. We've almost got 40 data items. So you could get away with using half of n for the location. So half of 39 is 19.5. So it would be the 19.5th person. that would fall between the last 11 and the first 12. So the answer in that case would be 11.5. And finally, we've got the mean. We fill in the totals column. Age times frequency in each case, because we've got 3 8-year-olds. So that's 8 and 8 and 8, which is 24. And 5 9-year-olds. So their ages add up to 45, and so on. Do not just add up the ages in this column. That's a very common mistake, and it will get you the wrong answer. So work out the rest of them. Add them all up, and you get a total of 444. The mean is the total of all the data values divided by the total of all the frequencies. So that is 444 divided by 39, which gives 11.4 to 1 decimal place. Always remember to ask yourself, does this look like a sensible answer? So if we've got an age range of 8 to 14 and they're reasonably evenly distributed, then all the averages are going to be somewhere around the 11 or 12 mark. So highest frequency is the 12. Yep, that makes sense. The median is going to be around the middle, so around 11 or 12, and the mean is going to be around that area too. But if you'd just done 8 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 and divided that by 39, you'd have got just under 2 for your mean age. And I hope you would realise that since the actual ages in the club range from 8 to 14, the mean could not possibly be less than 8, even if the vast majority of the members were only 8 years old. 2 is certainly not going to be right. So do always sense check your answers.